Magandang araw, bonsoir, buenas noches to investors in North and South America. Ohio gozaimasu. 안녕하세요, 各位早晨. Good morning to investors in Asia. Buenas noches, good night to investors in Europe and Africa. I'm Daniel Yu speaking from Hong Kong. It's 29th May here and 28th May in Wall Street. This week, I have three main points to talk about. Number one, who says sell in May and go away? Number two, application of MACD and Stochastic. Number three, game changer of Ukraine, and then stock recommendations. Subscribe, like, and share. Remember to click the bell, please. Watch our playlist again so as to grasp the continuous trend of the market and refresh your mind. Investors should remember in early May, a lot of people were talking about sell in May and go away. I explained the Hong Kongese saying of May is poor, June is extreme, and July is the resurrection which spread to Wall Street recently. I've explained the origins, why it comes in video 29 at 2023-0501. And now we have a review. First of all, we take a look at Nasdaq. On May the 1st, the opening price is 12210, already above the bull market watershed of 12105, and 5 average lies and closing price of May 26th Friday is 12935 by a big candlestick jumping up. It is also above 5 major average lines, and the stochastic slope is intersecting at 87 and 89 points, which means can chase at high. For S&P, it is not as strong as Nasdaq, but goes horizontally. The opening price of May is 4166, under the watershed of 4180, but closing price is 4205 above the bull market watershed. Even though both are above 5 average lines and both touch the top of Bollinger Bands. How about Dow Jones? It really dropped. The opening price of May is 34119 and closing price is 33093. Both are under the watershed of 34392. Stochastic slope is showing downtrend. Dow Jones dropped 1026 points in a month, but not in a day. It has no panic selling and no avalanche. So the conclusion is that Nasdaq rose sharply, S&P goes horizontally, and Dow Jones has a small drop. So how about May in next year? It does not mean Nasdaq will rise sharply again. Whether it will rise or fall, it should be judged according to the practical situation and chart analysis, and not just follow the hearsay of this and that. Selling in May does not mean it will fall greatly every time. On the other hand, it does not mean it will go on the reverse side. As for the second item, MACD is one of the most common indicators. As a rule, all technical indicators are very easy to learn even online, but the hardest is the application. The MACD is one of the slowest indicators that showing buying or selling signals. That means other indicators can show signals faster than it. But there is also one advantage of being slow, that is few errors will occur. It is more believable than other indicators. Again, let's have a look on Nasdaq. The market reached bottom on December 28th and stochastic slope showed a buying signal on January the 4th. For MACD, its forward bar changed from negative to positive and showed a buying signal on January the 9th. On the same day, the MACD 12 and 26 line intersect the EMA 99, which is a confirmation. It is reliable because it has confirmation and other indicators do not. For the current rising trend, the bottom on March 30th, where percent K is 19 and percent D is 28, but the big white candlestick of March 16 percent K is 35 and percent D is 24, which means intersected. It also went up above the 250 SMA and 5 average lines. However, forward bars of MACD on March 17th changed from minus 7.9 to plus 4.5. It is a buying signal. And further confirmed on March 20th, where the MACD 12 and 26 changed from minus 6.9 to plus 7.5, and EMA 9 changed from 4.58 to 15.15, which means already intersected. It is also above the 5 average lines on that day. So we can see the confirmation can be on the same day and on other days. Mind that the intersection of MACD is quite low on January the 4th, and on March 20th is quite high and near the zero line, which means the former is more worthwhile to buy. So investors can track and trace the S&P and Dow Jones in such a way, or any other individual stocks, but we still have to match with what is happening in the market. Why does Nasdaq lead the market? It is because of the AI intelligence. Why it rockets up? Because Apple is in a nice rising trend and it has the largest share in the components of Nasdaq index. And the NVDA from trend of Metaverse to ChatGPT, I have already recommended for numerous times. At name, it rocket up $260 billion in a single day. It denotes the advent of the AI era. It rose 26%, even breaking the record of Apple's rise of $190 billion in a single day. It became the 5th company that has 1 trillion assets. Mind that the AI is the modern gold mine and oil mine. It changes our life even more than the internet and mobile phone. Now MACD in the share of the Nasdaq index is still 3.6%. The gross profit of MACD is 70%, even higher than the legendary TSM. Why Nasdaq can rise sharply among the 3 major indices? It is because of the arrival of a new era. But why it fell back in late May? Because of debt crisis and worry of interest rate. When you want to understand more on technical analysis, please refer to my teaching videos, Allocation 8. It has full data and certain tests and philosophical questions for you to think about. The whole set has a series of 14 teaching videos. For details, please contact Professor Vitali or browse the website. As for Ukraine situation, the said spring counter-offensive never happened. For I said numerous times that everything would happen after May the 6th, the start of summer. The game changer really occurs in May. First of all, the invincible hypersonic missile Dagger is intercepted by PARTIORT Pact 3. That means the trump card of Russia does not have its effect. It is not only a blow to Russia but also to China, for Taiwan has installed quite a number of PARTIORT Pact 3 and surely will install more. It also denotes Russia has no way to win. It also proves there's no need to develop a new anti-missile system just to use the PARTIORT, which came into service in actual war in 1919. Operation Desert Storm and upgrade the chips thus can intercept the hypersonic missile of this century. That is one of the reasons that Nasdaq rose so much in May and also broke the myth of sell in May, and that myth has to go away. Meanwhile, the anti-Russia force, the Freedom of Russia and Volunteer Corps used just 2 tanks and 9 armed vehicles to take control of some Russian villages in Belgorod. Why can it be done? Because the borderline of Russia and Ukraine has a length of 2063 kilometers. Ukraine supplied information from US satellites that some part of them are without Russian forces, so they can cross the border easily and enter into Russia to take action. They do not have the power to overthrow the regime of Putin, but also tell that anti-government forces are existing and are growing up now. Meanwhile, they can attack the supply chain of Russia, which the US would not allow Ukraine to do so. Another game changer is the F-16. I have already said numerous times that without F-16, Ukraine cannot do anything. Joe Biden promised to supply the F-16 in the G7 meeting so that Ukraine can have air supremacy. But the training of an F-16 pilot takes several years, as said in video 70 at 2023-0206. Even for high-skilled experienced pilots, still need to have a training of 4 months. But these pilots are rare and few, for they were trained to use Russian planes in the past. Thus now they will use the style of Flying Tiger in World War II. That is, they established a squad of international pilots to use the US planes to fight for China against Japan, and the base were Chinese airports. I have already said several times that they must employ foreign pilots to control the planes. Now the focus of Ukraine changed from Bakhmut to F-16 and Freedom of Russia and Volunteer Corps. So let's take a look at the stocks recommended. Since the market has risen a lot, some people are afraid of falling, so they can try some high dividend stocks. The first one is AT&T. Don't mind that the price is falling. If you want to buy high dividend stocks, it will be even cheaper and there's more room for you to sell out. Focus should be on dividend yield, and the best stocks should have a lower price and not rising stocks. Let's see, the yield is 7.16%, much higher than the average of 2.92%. Yeah! The second one is Ford, which is still under the 250 SMA, cheap enough to buy, but when consulting the MACD, it has great potential to rise. So if it really rises in a short time, sell it out and take profit. If it does not rise, take the dividend, which is 4.14%, which is higher than the average of the market, 2.92%, and also the industry, which is just 2.43%. The third one is PFD. Even though the pandemic has passed away in most countries, the aftermath still exists in some countries. The PFD is at low, and my MACD also suggested to buy. The dividend is paid out 4 times a year at a rate of 4.26% per year, which is higher than the market 2.92% and the industry's 3.43%. For further high dividend stocks, please refer to 2 videos, which are video 12 2023-0102 and video 2 2022-1024. Again, we have to review the top 5 of Nasdaq components. Apple has been in a nice rising trend since January 2023 and is still continuing. Expect in June they will have a new product announcement which is beneficial to the price. MSFT has a nice rising trend. In April it has a dropping gap, and last Friday it has a big white candlestick. It is above all 5 major average lies, and MACD also suggests buying at high. For Amazon, it also showed a big white candlestick last Friday. Mind that for stochastic slow, it only showed a get ready signal and not buying at high signal as well as in MACD. We better wait for confirmation. NVDA already said it is a start of today and tomorrow, and that's why I recommended it numerous times this year. Google is the weakest among the top 5, but do not look down upon it. Anyway, it has big potential. So the talk of national debt crisis is now carrying on in a 24 hours a day and 7 days a week basis. Interest rate of keeping unchanged at June 13 to 14 FOMC meeting is 71.1%, though GDP is announced at 1.1% and PCE at 4.4%. So when debt crisis talks comes to a compromise, we can expect a sharp rise in the market. So again, subscribe, share and like, please. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, bye bye, see you next week.